TruVue Podcast.
A bunch of different views.
The boys keep it real, man. I really like listening to them, man. They funny. Yeah.
Son.
You know what I'm saying?
They really speak their truth. The hell was that?
You're.
What it do? What the business is?
Oh,
What's good?
everyone look at
It's your boy Mill, and we are back
Nigga,
in the
what
building.
the fuck is you
again,
doing,
bringing
nigga?
the
This ain't no
barbershop to the
Mace
box
video.
office, baby. TruVue Podcast.
I want from no one. They want from
It's
me.
the only
Looking
level.
eyes. What the fuck is you doing? What does that have to do with anything? It would rather see me die than to see me fly.
Oh,
What the
God.
fuck is
That's some bullshit. Oh, shit.
And they wasn't even doing that.
It really is Black Rock.
Oh, man, we're wild today.
Whoa.
Everyone's, we got some rowdy
Man.
shit.
Motherfucker, this nigga's on ATVs and shit.
Off-road rider.
Oh man. It's like what Biggie said, more money, no problems. Well, there you have it. Looking at
Yeah.
Oh man, hey man, hey, I am hyping X, man. Thank y'all for tuning in with us, man. This nigga got the
Holy
shiny
shit.
jacket on and all that shit, man. Elliot to my guy. This
Holy fuck.
nigga's in a 90s video.
I don't even know what the fuck's going on, but I love everyone's fit right now. Man, we feeling it right now, man. Shit, we're ready to get this, man. We got to talk about what we're having today. Thank you for having me, guys. Let's get this started.
Yeah. Once again, thanks again for tuning in. This is Grown Man MJ in the place to be with the people to be with. The man who keep it real on the reels. All right, let's get it, fellas.
Let's get it, gentlemen. Cheers. Salute. Oh, man. Let's go ahead and dive in it. What we talking about today? We in the club like zoom.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Stop. Take that jacket. No, Patrice O'Neal. Take that jacket off.
We rolling, baby. We talking about bike riders, god damn it. What is bike riders, you might ask? Well,
This nigga's here, Patrice O'Neal.
that was a good one. Goddamn. The Bike Riders is a gripping drama that dives into the world of a Midwestern motorcycle club in the 1960s. The story revolves around rise of the club and its impact on the members' lives, exploring themes of loyalty, brotherhood, and the quest for freedom. The Bike Riders.
You can't ride with us.
Hey, Mel, I gotta say, you might be coming up a little short on that jacket. This shit is a little more Sean Marlin on Wayne's Brothers, like.
God!
Shit, Sean Barnes. Damn.
You don't take that vampire in Brooklyn jacket off, nigga.
The Bike Riders was directed and written by Jeff Nicholas.
That prop
production
from
company, the Tri-State
Martin.
Pictures. Who we got? What else? That's about it. This is a drama. Just fuck.
You
man,
don't
just
take
fucking-
that cow hide off.
God.
It's goat. It's that goat leg. It's goat. The finest cow.
It's giving Jamie Foxx.
Hey.
Ah.
Amen. I take Jamie. I take Jamie. God damn it.
It's an upgrade. It's an upgrade. How dare you do that to the wing?
So short bus for me, guys, is that for this to be coming from a journalistic point of view, he's with the with the club all this time, getting all this information. This was very surface level. The whole movie, very surface. It didn't really dig deep enough for me for this to be a club or a gang. I'm just not into the whole white boy gang type shit. Like, I was not interested in this at all.
You ain't never seen Grease?
You glitched out a little bit. You said the white boy what?
Gang. I'm not into the whole white boy gang.
Okay.
Gang. Yeah, this old Ralph in the Mouse type shit.
You ain't never seen Grease?
I like I said, I wasn't into that.
Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy.
Not into that.
Really not.
Yeah,
I'm not into the motorcycle games.
You're not into about the life. Right?
They got the grown men wearing leather chaps and shit. Like, I'm good.
Damn.
Like,
dang, how dare
I'm
you,
okay. It's just not for me. It's just not for me. And then another one. Let me just get it out of my system. Where the fuck was this accent coming from? Where was this accent that she was talking with? I've never heard anyone speak. Being from the Midwest, I've never heard anyone speak. And I hung out with a lot of white people in my earlier years, and I've never heard this type of accent that she was speaking with. Never heard it. And she was the only one that had it throughout the entire movie.
She had like a Bronx kind of accent, right? Kind of style,
Yeah.
maybe?
It was definitely heavy Italianish.
Yeah. Was she Italian in this? I can't remember.
Was she?
That's what I picked up. I thought she was Italian. I was waiting. I was like, all right,
I get it.
Bring in the beef.
I think her voice was so profound, like pronounced. I guess you'd say, like throughout the whole, like her voice everywhere you could just hear is very high pitched or whatnot, and very accentuate a lot of these words. So I could see it. But I guess the story was based off her, really, right? Wasn't it? Kind of. I'm sorry.
I want to say it was
from her point of view.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's her perspective, but my big shortcoming was like this motherfucker didn't find out of everybody in the gang. It was only one person that he was like, "Is this club is yours?" And then he was like, "No." Well, fuck it then. Like nobody else get it, nigga. You wanted to get out. You don't want to get out of it, but. You just, hey, no, it's you and nobody. Like, if you don't do it, I'm going to just ride or die with this motherfucker. I was like, God damn. But that was my whole thing. I was like, you made this a big plot point, but it was never settled. Like, it was just,
motherfucker said no. Oh, that's it? No, that's it. That's all.
Also, like you started this motorcycle club, and then you go out like with the like at the end. I mean, with what you said. What did he say? The knives or fists? What did he say? Her fists or knives?
Yeah, fists.
Yeah, he said, fists or knives. Motherfucker said knives. Came in.
The motherfucker said, he said, how do you want it? How you want to do the pow? I'm like, God damn, you ain't see that shit coming, bro. Come on, these young motherfuckers
shouldn't have been like that
no more. These young fuckers don't fight. That's all.
There's no honor in that.
Oh,
I don't know.
And then everybody else just sat in the car.
Yeah,
that's another thing.
They were still cold.
You're in a motorcycle club, but you guys are in your cars.
The old guys
at the duel.
The young guys come up on the motorcycle. They come up rolling deep. Like, come on, bang.
But that's another thing too, man. That's another shortcoming. All right, so you pop my boy, and I'm sitting in the car. Motherfucker, if you in front of my car, guess what you finna get? A bumper.
Pancake. Man, simple.
Step on the fucking gas. Like, what are you doing? He ain't faster than the car. Ba-doom, boom, boom. Like, that's what you gonna hear. Ba-doom, boom, boom. Then we gonna get out. We gonna fuck him up.
Like, they had he came from a racing club. He said, hey, I want to start a riding club. And he was like, all those guys do is ride around and sit around and talk about motorcycles.
That's what we do.
Well, that's what we do. So why didn't he have them out there? Why weren't they racing? What was the point of the club? What they doing?
Well, they were racing. I mean, to be fair, they were racing dirt. I mean, they all came from like some kind of dirt background. Racing, usually, most like, and they were dirt racing. And then, I guess, I get what you're saying. I mean, because the movie failed to explain, I guess, I don't know, motorcycle culture. I guess in a certain way in that era, I guess of an evolution, and then of course the motorcycle club into evolving into a gang, because it's like there was like not really an explanation of like the evolution of it. I guess it's kind of it's weird.
She called them a bunch of pansies.
Damn.
Well, I
They're
mean,
a bunch of pansies. No one was gonna really want to scuffle.
I came into
so
this
they started getting the real.
expecting like a.
So they started getting the real killers
origin.
and shit from Vietnam and shit, and now they're like, "Oh shit, these motherfuckers are crazy."
Yeah, I came in there expecting like an origin story for like the
take
Sons
those
of
colors
Anarchy
off
or something, and I didn't get it. Like I was like, all right, like I saw this. I'm like, all right, cool. This gonna be like how this shit got started.
Take off my blue jean jacket.
Streamline this along with the Sons of Anarchy, but it didn't. I was just like, okay, we just all right, we just riding around, we sitting around getting bitches, drinking all day. Where are they getting the funds for this? Like, and I know motherfuckers are paying dues and shit, but it didn't explain any income coming in anywhere.
No structure, nothing. You know what I mean?
Didn't explain nothing. I was just like, so
but maybe that's how chaotic it was. You know what I mean? Like when it started. You know what I mean? Then how it evolved. I guess. You know what I mean? Like where you couldn't control or some sort.
And in any gang, like when they bestow the colors of the gang to you, you're gifted something. You know what I'm saying? It could it be a rag, a jacket. We didn't see none of the ceremonial stuff. It was just like, we want to ride with you. Do you? You want to ride with us?
Okay.
Come on. It's like motherfucker didn't have to like race to get the jacket. Nothing. It was just if you want to ride with us, huh? It makes you want. You think you're cool enough to ride with us? You're always coming from Gary. You want to be a part of our club? Get the fuck out of here, man. This is dumb as hell.
And then on top of that, like it was the
what
plot line was
blue jean?
predictable. Yeah, the plot
blue?
line was like extremely predictable. Like I'm like, come on, y'all. Like you try to do something. Like if you're gonna give me the predictable plot line, at least give me like some kind of background, some little history, because I know this is supposed to be from a real gang, right? Or I'm sorry, a real motorcycle club, correct?
Club, yeah. You're saying right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think they just feel that like I kind of given us context of everything that's going on. Number one, the era. I mean, we'll get to that later, but I mean, kind of like tying together of like the evolution of the motorcycles, the clubs, the Vietnam presence, whatever's going on socially, the changes or whatever in the neighborhoods or whatever, and how they're viewed from society when you see these guys like rolling up things like that. You know, they feel a lot of different aspects of it. So
and all of
this. So Mel, when you say they fail to give you anything about like a predictable plot, can you tell now? This could be me. I could be ignorant. What was the plot? What's the plot of this story?
Well, I think we missed the
gang
beginning.
is supposed to evolve, and I'm guessing since this is being a true story, we're seeing how the old dogs phase out and the new guys come in. That's what I took the plot as, like the evolution of the gang itself from the old era into the new. But
because Wendy kept bringing up rules, right? How these guys, they didn't have any rules. They came from a law, no rules. But then when they got into the club, there were all these rules. But then, like, I never saw them implement any of the rules. So,
no, they did implement rules. That's why old boy Roach got his ass beat, because he wanted to drop his colors. Yeah, that's a rule. You gonna drop your colors, we gonna beat you out the game.
But it wasn't
you want to quit.
Like I get it. Like I get it just from
it wasn't defined. None of it was defined. And I'm kind of like on the side of Mel. This is a story of bike riders to bike gang.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So these was the early guys. These are the bike riders. These wasn't necessarily
club
the
to gang. Got it.
Yeah.
Although you had the pretty boy that was in the middle. He was teetering. Like he was that motherfucker was just ready to throw down anytime. He didn't give a fuck.
For sure.
You can't wear those colors in here. Take those colors off.
I mean, they had a fabricated somehow.
And I felt that was a short bus as well, the way his character evolved to the end, just because him kind of at the same time having his world kind of collapse. Like his lady was like, you need to change type shit. And he was like, bitch, what you thought I was going to be when I sat outside your crib all night? And also when he was with Johnny, and he's like, so this is it? This is what the gang is? This is what we're doing? Like, I was coming over here to take this nigga's wig off. and we just that's it. Oh, nigga, let me get on my bike.
That was taking care. That was taking care of cockroach.
Yeah,
the fuck is you talking about?
Yeah, I just don't understand. Like, shot him in his leg. I mean, like, right?
Yeah.
And then told him, let that bleed. Let that bleed. The fuck? What is happening?
Nah, I
What is
wasn't
going
sure if
on?
that was supposed to be mercy, or is that like him
I think
really
he's
looking
just
out
losing
for his boy because he know the other ones was gonna kill him, or like
He just got his ass whooped.
It was
He just got his ass whooped.
Yeah.
Well, I think
he just got his ass whooped earlier that day.
Yeah, it wasn't explained well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's out of control.
You got
that Johnny.
You got that pistol at home, Benny. You got that pistol at home still? Yeah. Bring it over tonight. Oh, okay.
For what?
No, he ain't say no for what. He just said, all right, let's go. That's one thing I respected about Benny, man. Benny gave you some shit to look at because he was like, let's fucking go.
He never betrayed, but like you said, even though he didn't accept the leadership, he just never betrayed it. Like he never like stopped. And then when he left, he just fucking left. He's like, I'm out. We didn't know what happened.
Yeah, he said, watch this.
Look at me now. Look at me now. Oh.
So this is the only thing I liked. It shows you that women really don't know what the fuck they want for real.
I knew he was gonna tie it.
She had a square, like what we'll consider a square motherfucker, right? Who was going to work, coming home, all that shit. But she went for the bad boy who was smoking cigarettes, like Mike said, smoking cigarettes outside of her crib all night, and then wanted to change him into being the guy who went to work, came home, sat on the porch to drink the beer. A lot of this shit could have been avoided if she would just kept with the dude that she was with in the beginning.
But hold on, let me really quick on that one. How the Joe's boyfriend leaves, right? He's like, how the fuck does he have his backpack ready to go? I mean, he had the whole knapsack, everything. He was in. Fuck this, I'm out. And he was gone. I mean, get here. Like, bitch, you've been playing this for a while or something. This wasn't just.
I don't need this shit. I don't need this shit.
You asshole!
He started packing this shit the night before. He started packing this shit the night before. He's like,
she's like, this guy's a fucking.
I swear to God.
She came home at 4 a.m. on the back of a motorcycle.
And dude didn't do shit. And dude didn't say nothing. Just looked. He didn't say nothing.
Oh no. He knew not to say nothing. The way he parked across the crib, he sat across the crib like, let me hear something come out that house.
Yeah,
let me hear a sound come up out that house.
You need to go home.
Yeah, y'all get some sleep. Yeah, y'all get some sleep.
I got it out here, guys.
How the fuck do you have his backpack ready to go? His fucking little 1950s.
Nah, that's preparation. You
but that worked his crib probably though.
You start weighing them options. I guess so. You really start weighing them options when them motherfuckers just posted up all night long. You like, nah, I'm packing it. Nah, I swear, if this motherfucker's here when I come home, I'm out. I don't need this shit.
I'm out.
I don't fucking need this shit. Yeah, I'm out. Fuck this shit.
Fuck this shit.
But shout out to them, man. I think the movie had a budget, I want to say 25 mil. They already grossed 35. So worldwide. And
nice job.
Yes, and it already won for best screenplay at Sundance Film Festival, and it's also nominated for the best cinematography at the Academy Awards. So we'll see what that does from there. And also kudos to Tom motherfucking Hardy, because this guy always takes a prop home from a movie that he is in, and guess what the fuck this guy chose to take home from this movie? A motorcycle.
Colors.
Yeah.
He probably has that too. He had the whole outfit. You believe he's had the whole outfit. Why wouldn't he? I mean, look. They had to have a budget. I mean, how much did they pay him? He had to be the most highest paid actor in this movie, to be honest, right?
And he get a motorcycle on top of it. Dog, that's gangster. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I thought that was a common thing for some of the actors. They do that.
Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise, you better believe it. Tom Cruise, James Bond, all the motherfuckers. They got all that shit.
You don't take a whole motherfucking
Vin Diesel. He got a crazy car
there's some
collection.
people who took boats and cars and everything else. There's some
look at his car collection. Look at boy.
Oh my god.
No, I get it. Tom Hardy's the man, though, right? I mean, come on. I mean, if a director has an option to have him on the cast, you're gonna do whatever the fuck he has. I'm sure whatever his. I don't know. I don't know if he has demands. I don't know if I personally. I'm just saying.
Like, sure I rated this the lowest. So I would like to hear from you guys. You guys can kind of rate this kind of high for me. I would like to know some of the positives of this film.
It was an interesting story to me. Just watching.
Was it?
It was just watching the growth of the character Tom Hardy played, and it's more not so much the growth, more so the degradation of his character. Like he starts off as big motherfucker on campus, and you see his power slowly dwindling. And I thought he did a lot of things in the scene, except for the one scene. It's one scene where him and Benny, and I was praying to God they didn't go the alphabet route, because he was in that motherfucker really closely, and I didn't see why he had to be that close. And
he was the other wife.
It was he was really close, and they were the only two people in the room. I was like, why are you so close up on him like that? But I'm glad they didn't. But no, man, to watch the whole degradation of his power and the handling of his club that he started was just fun to watch to me. But then I wish they would have resolved it a little better. But that's my only pushback with it. I wish they would have gave up.
No, for me, I'm in agreement with you all. What you said about old girl narrating the story, just the voice alone was kind of bad. But I didn't see it as wild. I saw it as old Italian, and I liked the way that they played on the old Chicago style, the old bikes. I appreciated that, the way it was shot. So I like the cinematography in here. I actually really like the acting in here as well. I thought everyone kind of carried their position within the movie and the roles they had to a good entertainment value. Let me say it like that. So all along with that, I kind of am in agreement with LaMel, just the whole evolution of, like I said, from bike rider to club to gang. That whole little evolution to me was interesting in itself, even though they really didn't dive deep into it. But you could see them setting it up. And the way we got, other series with bike clubs and everything, it all kind of, fit in with the stuff that we saw down the road. So that's why it's like it didn't necessarily define the rules, but you kind of understood the rules based on that. So that's why I like that, But I didn't, as far as storytelling and everything, I didn't see this as a flaw. I didn't see it as a flop. I just didn't see it as complete. But I thought the storytelling was dope.
What about you, Divizioso? You got that bike background, man. How well do you think it did as far as depicting the old school history of it?
That happened too. I wish I would have reached out to my community too, man, because I didn't know this was based off Chicago story. But I like what you guys say. I mean, like, with Tom Hardy, like I like how the evolution of the characters, how you mentioned, as working class guy. I mean, he was a truck driver, had a house, married, full-time job, doing the right thing, starting his club from dirt bike racing, or whatever it was, just a race, and then slowly get out of control. And then the characters itself, like I said, when you talk about the acting, I think you hit it right there. I mean, because every character, these are insane characters. These are not your normal, typical. I mean, who doesn't have crazy fucking family members that are just insane of some sort? I'm just saying. But but they played over the top bikers. But I think they hit it right off the bat with that. But your cinematography, when you mentioned, Mike, was like, the nostalgia of Chicago from back to 1966. I mean, you look at the license plates, you're seeing the buses, the laundromat, the old school shit. I mean, they really dialed those fucking details in. You saw all the brands. I mean, you see the detail deep in the city. Those porches, like in the three flats and in the bungalows, what I'm saying? And then the police chases. I mean, you already hear him. He's saying from Elmwood Park to Norridge to fucking whatever highways. I don't even remember. Like I say, if you're a Chicago person, then it means a lot. You're like, holy fuck. That's why I had to stop for a second. I'm like, wait a minute, there's no Chicago Vandals. And I looked and saw what it was based off of. And
no. I'm glad you made that note, Divizio. So is this a little Chicago bias that you got, hyphen, that's going on here? Because you don't fuck with the Bulls, you don't, you know what I'm saying? You shit on Michael Jordan. I'm just saying, is it a little bit of bit of that going with this movie? In all fairness,
all that is true. Hold on. In all fairness, everything you just said was true. But it does not play into this. So you hear what Divizio also said. He said the police chase. What police chase? All we did was hear about it. And then they mentioned all those places, and he ended on 64. So there was no chase. We just saw him run out of gas because he was been so-called driving for so long. So maybe if they would have showed some of the, excuse me, he would have showed some of that chase, maybe I would have got more into it.
They did show some of it.
They did. They showed the police getting stuck at the red light.
Yeah,
but again,
the cars and shit, all of that shit. They showed some of it.
They said he was a new writer at the time too. But again, that's why I thought the narration was good too, because like you said, she said they were pansies and they were.
And they said he was new. He was skittish. He falls all the time. He fucking drops his bike all the time.
They were a bunch of rule breakers, and then they set up rules for them to follow that they all broke at the same time. But when the new people got aligned with them because of who they represented themselves as, the new people took the rules serious. And that's when you saw them getting phased out because they weren't even sticking to the rules. You see what I'm saying? They were just, setting it up to sound like
maybe what I'm trying to say. The narration, as much as I hated her voice, kind of going off what you just said there, Mike, I believe it was necessary. Mm-hmm. It was just the interpretation of the narration in the film didn't coincide.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? It didn't go together.
Now, do you
know what I'm saying?
Do you think that might have been too because this was based off of a book? So do you think they might have took the narration from the book and then just trying to piece it together with the movie? You know how
of course they'll throw a love story in there.
Translate to movie very well.
Well, when you're a director and you're coming from a book, yes, you use the narration, but it's your job to make that narration come to life on the screen. And he struck out right there.
Well, and to be fair, really quickly, this was a picture book, I think. And it was also this. I think he was a student. I think he was a student still. He wasn't even in school yet or college, or he was going to college as a journalist, and he became successful. By the way, I think. You know what I mean? I think he's got a big background.
I agree. I agree. I think that's exactly what it was. I don't know what about it, but that's how he was setting it up in the movie. Yeah, I might make a book about.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah,
and have some dialogue to go with it. Yeah. And so.
Oh, it was a photography book.
I think we were looking for biker gang story, not really understanding that this is not necessarily just from the perspective of the girlfriend. It's also from the perspective of the dude making the book. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna get more.
He's not gonna have all the details.
Aspects. Yeah, he's not gonna have. Mm-hmm. He's not gonna have all. He's not gonna be involved with all the gang stuff. Remember, they made point to that stuff like, why is it? These guys are here and the other guys ain't around. That's probably when they was out doing their dirt then, and he wasn't really privy to that, activity. But he saw a fight into it, so he legitimized them as a club and saw them as, some real deal badasses. That's how he saw them from his perspective.
Yeah, and I think I'm not saying I disagree, but it's hard to say, but like the Kathy, I think her narration was pretty well, even though despite the accent, if it's not being a Chicago accent, I mean, she really, I don't know, it was like a gangster style film. It reminded me of like Goodfellas, you know what I mean? Like how he says, I always wanted to be a gangster, this like that, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And then boom, 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 this is my boyfriend, this is my guy, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
He's not far off.
Italian mobs, you know what I mean? It's just you turn into Italian mobs into fucking street biker gangs or whatever. It's just Chicago street guys that don't know what the fuck they're doing anyways. Just,
well, you see that in the way
and then they're blowing up bars and shit.
He got the idea from a movie, and he's watching this guy and his biker gang on the movie. He's like, you know what, we could do that, and he starts repeating lines from the movie. And his wife's like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, nothing.
And this movie was very careful, just to be honest, because remember, this is like
Marlon Brando is who's to blame for this.
Marlon Brando.
No, listen. I think one of the bigger styles is. I think another reason.
I can't put that on Marlon, man. I
think the biggest.
That's the movie he saw. Yeah. Sorry to these
No. Listen, I'm just saying. I know where you're coming from, but I think they were probably limited of what they could say and not say. You know what I mean? Because like realistically, you can't talk about the real gang shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Realistically, what was going on, details are like origin, because it wasn't supposed to be like a documentary glorifying this gang or whatnot itself. It was just like I said, the story wise to it. But again, I could see how it was definitely trying to chop it in. They should have kind of put it better, a little bit all together. Culture, history, and then evolution of some sort. It'd been much better. But
Well, either way, I mean, even with the
I think I saw the
story
movie, yeah.
being
other
told and what
thing.
was left out of the story or whatever, like I think the actors did a pretty decent job.
Oh, they had some dynamic characters in this joint for sure. Yeah, and I think that comes from that definitely comes from the book telling side, the journalistic side of it, the way they brought out the characters in here as well.
Oh my god!
Did they show the real pictures of the people at the end of the movie?
Yeah,
like what they look like.
Yeah, there was
compared to the cast.
That was the picture straight from the picture book that it was. We got this movie from. So
you call it photography book? This keep calling. When you say picture book, I just think childish. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he was a kid. How old was he?
Childish as fuck. It was a photography book. Yeah, the photography book, bro.
So can you imagine, seeing that? I mean, being part of that, though. I mean, can you imagine? It's insane.
Oh my god!
Real quick, what was the name he had for the college kids?
Something with a P.
Yeah, it was a P word.
Oh shit!
Pinko or something like that.
But he said, "I'm gonna be I'm a Pinko, I guess. I'm going to college. I'm gonna go to college." Still.
I told my brother that he better drop out. I was gonna kick his ass. You know what he did? He dropped out. I work with my hands.
Yeah. And he got into the army. They wouldn't take me.
Yeah, that right there.